Well, you never want to put too much pressure on anybody, but our next guest, as you know, and for a lot of you listening for the first time on Talk 650 KSTE, he's our number one pick. I like to call him the future of the franchise. He is going to be your starting shortstop. Jacob Wilson is with us here. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Every single time I see you, I go, let's go. This is it, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
We've been waiting. We knew it was going to happen fast. If people weren't following, essentially you hit 350 or higher, in most places 400, and you kept moving up, and then you made your debut. It was like the craziest debut ever. You got a hit, and then you blew out your hamstring. Doesn't happen too often, but It was a wild ride. Just what was it like this offseason, taking it all in and reflecting?
Yeah, I think it was awesome. Going back in the first month of the offseason, being able to go back and reflect on everything, look back, see what we did well, see what we did bad, and kind of going into the offseason really focusing on what I could do better. Wanted to put on some weight, put on some, strength, put muscle to the body. So, I had a lot of great people here working with the strength coaches here to just kind of put on some muscle and just kind of fill the body a little bit.
A lot of people need to understand why players move to Arizona or Florida near the complexes, because it just makes it that much easier for you. You're here the total off season. So even like right now for spring training, I mean, you grew up down here and you grew up here, right?
No, I grew up in Southern California. I moved here for college.
It's called for Grand Canyon, and your parents are here full time.
Yes.
So this now is like a total home game for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's I'm right over here in Gilbert, beautiful spot, and makes it easy, and then I got all these resources over here in Mesa, just being able to drive up here whenever I need it. And, I got great people to work with.
So when you talked to, leaving the athletics at the end of the year, you talked about putting on some weight, but what were the things you really thought about? Because you got that cup of coffee, you got that taste, you saw like, okay, I got to get better at X. What is X?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of, like I said, filling out the body, getting stronger, growing into, my frame a little bit more, and then really just kind of working on the first step speed, at shortstop defensively, trying to get to more balls. This is kind of what the coaching staff recommended to me, and something that I agreed with and really wanted to really work on. Obviously continue with the offense as well, putting on more strength, kind of get more power behind the bat. So it's checking boxes, really just trying to improve my game as much as I can. I want to go out here and be the shortstop that this club wants, and help lead the team to some wins. So looking forward to it.
Did the game seem faster when you got up to the big leagues?
Yeah, I think the game speeds up a lot from, obviously starting in college and then going through all the minor league levels. And then, big league is a little different. Guys are faster, stronger, guys are a lot better. So it's definitely a different game for sure up there. But, you learn to adapt, learn to grow, and, try to be the best player you can be.
Yes, it's always interesting because you understand that when you think about like the NFL. Like all of a sudden, everybody runs a 4.340. Yeah. Every linebacker is 6'4", 6'3", 230 to 245. Again, like you understand that. Baseball, we don't think of it that way as a standpoint that the ball, the speed, obviously velocity. We see velocity over there. With pitching, we understand there's more control, there's velocity. But just for the position players, it's just you don't think about baseball in the pace and speed of the game.
Yeah, it's totally different. That's something that I didn't really think of before.
Yeah.
I got that. I thought it was just going to be baseball, normal baseball. But, when you get up there, you start to learn, like, stuff gets on you quicker. Guys are hitting the ball harder. Guys are running a little bit faster. And then it's just it just moves incredibly fast. It feels like games are like an hour long, but realistically they're 2.5 hours. So it's crazy to know how fast the game goes. I didn't really expect it going into, I got one game before I got hurt, and then, the month of rehab and then coming back. And, that last month, it was really learning how to handle the speed of the game and really being able to, go out there and just try to learn from everything that happened, and just, going into this year, going to spring training, continuing to learn, continuing to get better, and like I said, and get ready for opening day.
Now, Grand Canyon, where you played college, not far from here, obviously a very, very good school. You guys had data, you guys had technology. We're seeing, there's a few colleges that were more developed, and even to this day, more developed than a lot of major league teams. I mean, some of these schools have put a lot of money into technology. You've had a lot from college to now. I don't know if there's more at the big league level for you now, or you pay attention to it more now. They're giving you more now. Like, how are you handling data? Are you a guy that absorbs it, likes it? There's only some people are just like Coco Chris, who we did a million shows with. Great center fielder for the Athletics, said, see ball, hit ball. I want none of that.
Yeah.
Where are you when it comes to all the technology and all the data?
Yeah, I think when, in college, you don't really tend to realize it as much. You don't really recognize all the details, and you kind of just go out there and you're playing baseball. But then once you get here, and a little bit in the minor leagues, once you get the big leagues, you kind of have all the data, all the cameras, all the analytics that you need to know. For me, offensively, I don't really tend to think too much. I like just being able to like see ball, hit ball, and just trying to eliminate the thinking behind it. But defensively, it's great. You get to see how fast you move, with your first step times, how much range you can get. So that's something that they kind of gave me the numbers on what I have and where they want me to be, and kind of get stronger and faster, and where I would like to be in the future to be a better defender than I am now. So it's just it's great. The analytics are a great side, and there's a lot of it now. There's a lot of different numbers that you can look at, but it's definitely a great part of the game.
And it is so important for you to know how fast that guy in the box is.
Yes,
when he hits that ground ball, depending whether it's to your right or your left, depending on who it is really how much time you're going to have.
Yeah, I learned that last year. Guys, tend to hit me a ball. I feel like I have some time, and sure enough, they end up beating it out. It's like, all right, well, now I know to kind of check mark, being like, all right, that guy can run. Just being able to learn, the hitters and how fast they are, how fast they can get out of the box, and defensively as a shortstop, trying to get rid of the ball as fast as you can to really just beat them there.
I remember there was one time that there was a situation like that for you.
Oh yeah,
and a guy beat it out. And now you're playing in a big league stadium, and even though the crowd wasn't that big, but you realize the crowd just goes, "What?"
Yep.
Like there's a difference now that when you're at the big league level and mistakes are made. As far as minor leagues, people want to show up, they got their promotions, they're firing T-shirts into the crowd, right?
Yep.
But now all of a sudden, this is about winning. When you get here, that's where I think there's a big difference.
Yeah, no, the crowds are definitely a lot bigger in the big leagues for sure. You hear them a lot more. It's cool you get to interact with them before and after the game, but during the game, you're so focused on the game, you tend not to really, see too much of it. Obviously, you hear the loud moments, but for me, it's just being able to, go out there during the game and really kind of just block all the distractions out and just really doing as much as I can to, help this team win and play good defense. Obviously, play good offense as well. So, that's what we want to do this year. We want to win a lot of games.
Let's talk about relationships and communications. Communicating is so huge. I saw you where we were in the back yesterday for Mark Kotze's press conference. I saw you off to the left standing up overlooking.
Yeah.
You wanted to get that good view. Mark Kotze's talked a lot to you because obviously when you're a first-round pick, he was a first-round pick. He understands what you're going through. What did it mean to you and what did it mean to the guys in the clubhouse for not only for him to get an extension, but this was a long extension?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, look, some of these guys have had him for all the years he's been here. For me, I've had him for half the season last year in the big leagues, obviously last year in spring training as well. And then, meeting him when I first got drafted, he's done a lot of great for this organization. All the guys, they love him. He's our leader of this family that we like to call it. So, for him to get that extension, it's pretty awesome for him. Everybody's super happy for him. Everybody was in there, cheering him on, clapping him when he got in the room. So it's pretty awesome to see that. And we obviously have a lot of expectations this year. Just continue to get better as a team. That starts with him. As the head coach, he leads this group. So we're just really trying to go out there, back him up and just go out there and play our game and go out there and have a great year and win a lot of games.
Well, I hear you say the team's got a lot of expectations. Well, tell us what they are. What are those what are the expectations do you guys have for yourselves?
Yeah, I think that for us, we just want to go out there and play the best baseball we can on a daily basis. Go out there. I feel like with this squad and how talented we are last year, we saw in the second half that, we were above 500. We went out there, we played great, and we won a lot of games. We beat a lot of teams that ended up going to the playoffs. It was just a really bright glimpse of the future of what we got to see last year. So I think that, with the core that we have come back this year, the leaders that we have, I think that for us being able to go out there and execute, the proper ways to play the game, being able to move runners over and scoring runs and end up just finding a way to get wins. I think we lost a lot of one-run games last year, something that they were saying.
Yeah.
So for us, it's just finding a way to win those one-run games. And, if we win those, we're going to have a lot of wins at the end of the year. So our team goal is to go win, play for each other, have each other's backs, and ultimately go play for a playoff spot.
Unfortunately, we obsess about defense as you're the third baseman, you're the shortstop, you're the second baseman, but team defense is really team defense. And how your third baseman moves and how your second baseman move, they affect you. They affect how you play. how much range, because no one saw that more than us with the Athletics with Matt Chapman. He had so much range. It helped Marcus Semien, who didn't have a lot of range. There's a reason why Marcus Semien has never played shortstop since he left the Athletics. He doesn't have Matt Chapman anymore to really help. So my whole point is getting to know Gio Urshela or whoever it will be.
Yeah.
And, Zach Geloff in second. How important is it for you to understand truly how well they move, what they do, to communicate with them to make you a better defensive shortstop?
Yeah, I think that the communication is key there. Being able to talk. Whoever's playing third base last year, I had Schumann, Daryl Hernandez for a good amount of time. So just being able to talk to them, hey, I'm playing in the hole a little bit. Like you can hug the line and kind of take away that doubles. On a guy that is a big kind of rollover guy in the 6-hole, big pull guy, or whether he stays at the middle and tell him the opposite, like, hey, I'm shifting up the middle a little bit. And same with Geloff, being able to talk, especially in double play situations, like, hey, gotta get rid of a good runner, or just being able to talk to them on stuff that I would like to know as well. So I think that the communication in the infield is a huge part, and that's something that we have. We all connect pretty well. We're all relatively the same age, and then obviously being able to meet Gio this week and being able to know him, see how he plays the game, and just being able to communicate with him too. I'm sure it's going to be a great infield to be able to have a lot of communication.
The world is your oyster, my friend.
Yes, sir.
The world is your oyster. I mean, this is it. This is the start, the first year. I mean, this is going to be your first full season of the big leagues. It's going to be something special, and we're going to have a great time covering it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a great year. So we're excited for this team. We're excited for the season.
Stay healthy.
That's the plan.
Stay healthy and give them hell.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
So
Your
much.
shortstop, Jacob Wilson, right here on A's Cast.